It's an average day. Everything seems to be going so well, and you think today might actually be the day that you go up and talk to that cute girl that you've been wanting to talk to. But then something unexpected happens. You fell asleep in class and a teacher started yelling at you, and that sent you in a spiral of negative thoughts. Or maybe when you were on the bus on your way to school or on your way to go talk to that girl, a crackhead came on and started shouting at you. These little things kill your confidence. But luckily enough for you, there is a few things you can do to pull yourself out of this negative spiral of thoughts and bring yourself back to a confident mindset. Back when I was a kid in elementary school, I was around 10 years old at the time, and I would take the bus to school every day. And quite frequently when I would take the bus, a crackhead would get on or someone with a suspicious looking bag would get on, and it would scare me and it would send my mind in a bunch of negative thoughts, and I'd be thinking, what if they come up to me and kidnap me? I'm just a kid. No, this can't be happening to me. It's no wonder when I was in school, I would always get in trouble, and I had a lot of issues with making friends and feeling confident. Sometimes one thought alone can kill your confidence, so I'm gonna help you get back to your confident state when something like this happens to you. The first step to regaining confidence when something like this happens to you is to tell your mind a fake story about what happened. Alright, say you were walking to school feeling good, you had your chest high, you had your posture straight, your shoulders were flaring around, you were feeling confident, and then as you were crossing the street, a car zoomed by you. All you started to think was how inconsiderate that person was and how they could have killed you and how you could have not been walking anymore. But now what happens? Your mind starts to go into a spiral of negative thoughts. So how do we fix this? Instead of thinking, oh, that person's an inconsiderate driver and they were probably just trying to get to their home 5 seconds faster after work, think, okay, wait, maybe that was a mother with a child choking in her car and she was speeding to the hospital because she didn't want her child to die, and she didn't realize you because she was too focused on keeping her child alive and also driving the car, so she zoomed by as she was going to the hospital. Whether or not the story is actually true or not, if you tell your mind that's what happened, that's what it will believe what happened. So instead of thinking negatively, you're going to be thinking, okay, it's okay because she was rushing to the hospital to make sure her son stayed alive or her daughter stayed alive. So it's okay because they're not being inconsiderate, and I'm sure they're a really nice person. They just had to speed by quickly to get to the hospital and I was kind of in the way. Now you no longer feel as negative, and when you go into a social situation, you don't feel negativity towards people, because say you were to go into a social situation after something like that happened to you, all you're going to be thinking is how inconsiderate that person was. And that shows in your body language. That shows through when you're speaking. Once you regain confidence, it's important you regain presence. And that's the biggest thing, because even if you regain confidence, if you're still not present, you won't be confident in social situations. And the easiest way I find to do this is just to take some really deep breaths. And I'm not talking about taking the little shitty breaths where you're like taking a shallow breath and you're barely using half of your lungs. I'm talking about breathing all the way down to your balls, bro. Taking a big ass deep breath. Try to only be aware of what's happening in your life right now in this moment, not what happened 10 seconds ago or what's gonna happen 10 seconds in the future. Just focus on what is currently happening. Be aware of these sensations and you will start to become present, and presence equals confidence. I wish I knew this back just a few years ago when all I would be thinking about all day was what I was gonna do later in the day. I don't know if it was the same for you, but when I was in class, I would just be picturing being at home. But even at home, there wasn't much to do. I'd pretty much just get home and open up Minecraft and open up a creative server and just start building stuff. And honestly, it was a little sad because I pretty much didn't live for anything, and that's why I didn't have any confidence. If I were to just make the most of the time I was in and then not worry about later, my confidence would have been so much higher because I wouldn't have been focused on something else. You need to be present. If you want to be confident, you need to be present. The last thing that you are doing that is killing your confidence is not putting yourself in enough uncomfortable situations. In the book Think and Grow Rich, the author gave this one tip that completely changed my view on confidence. Do you want to know what he said that completely changed my view on confidence? If you want to be more confident, start acting like it. Do you think the confident guy walks around with poor posture and his chin down and his shoulders hunched over? No, of course not. He walks around like he doesn't care if the most beautiful woman is watching him because he knows he's confident. Do you think when he gets on public transport or when he sits in a public event, he squanders all the way to the back and sits in the farthest chair where no one can see him? He's a confident guy. He's going to go to the front of the bus, or he's going to go to the front of the classroom where everyone can see him, and he's going to make sure people can see him because he wants to show off his confidence. If you want to be more confident, why are you acting like someone who isn't confident? Simply, the easiest step to stop killing your confidence is to literally just put yourself in situations where your body is forced to be confident. If right now you're not that confident, but you put yourself in a situation like being at the front of the class where you have to be confident, everyone's going to see you, you need to have proper posture, you need to look good, then what do you think's going to happen? your body's gonna go, well, I'm in a situation that I need to be confident. Let me be confident. And I wish I could tattoo this in your brain, because this is by far the fastest way to gain confidence. And I would always watch videos like this talking about confidence, and they would always tell me, yeah, get in the gym, build a good physique, that will help you boost your confidence. And although that does boost your confidence majorly, and I recommend any single young man to get in the gym and start building a good physique, the thing that actually improved my confidence was acting like a confident person. I wasn't a confident person. I would sit with my hands in my pockets like this in my hoodie, and I'd be in the corner all shelled up talking to no one. I had no friends in school. I wasn't confident, but how I started gaining confidence was I was like, all right, I'm not that confident of a person, but I want to be a confident person, so let me act like one. I'm gonna sit at the front of the bus. When I see someone walking by, I'll give them a little head nod. I'll walk with straight posture, and I'll make sure that people know I'm a confident person. And guess what? I went from being this shy little person to actually being more confident. Bro, I didn't even think it was a normal thing to give someone a little head nod as you walk by, because I was so scared to do that. I was like, bro, I was so scared to give someone a little head nod, because those weren't my standards. But now that I've made those my standards, it would be weird for me not to give someone a head nod as I walk past them. If you walk past me now, yeah, of course I'm gonna give you a head nod. That's just what I do. Yeah, of course. Hey, what's up, bro? Like, obviously. But when it's not part of your standards, when it's not something you do, how are you gonna suddenly gain confidence? You're just gonna wake up one day after going to the gym and gain confidence. Maybe it will happen because you'll be happy because you got a good physique, but I truly believe the easiest way to gain confidence quickly and not through a long-term process of building a physique is just to put yourself in way more uncomfortable situations. Next time you get on a bus or something, sit at the front. Put yourself in any type of uncomfortable situation you can get into, and you'll start to find that your confidence goes up very, very quickly. If this video helped you realize some things that you're doing that are killing your confidence, and you want to put some of these principles into practice, go down and click on the link that says join Discord server, and you can talk to some like-minded young men and practice these principles so that you can get them implanted into your brain and never forget them and always be confident. Go down right now and click on the subscribe and post notification button, as it benefits us both, and be a doer, not a thinker. See ya.